What up, everybody? Welcome to the very last episode of my cart. Here's my cart. I got it up. I haven't finished it yet. The last one I didn't talk at all. No talking at all. I know it's hard to believe coming from me. The last one. So now, I haven't actually even posted that video yet because I was going to edit it and then I didn't have the video and I didn't edit it. I was in Fort Collins and all this crazy shit happened. But I'm here now. It's late. I got the heaters on because it's cold. And I'm going to finish this thing. I'm going to do some final touches on this thing. I have this thing right here cut. And I'm going to weld it to the bottom here so that I actually have a spot for the welder to actually sit into. So I got this one cut. It's going to fit right here. And then I'm going to cut the other one and I'm going to weld it into place. Let's get after it. I fucking love this song. Alright, so I got these pieces welded in here, and then what I was thinking about doing, so I just put some, run some little welds, and then I have an entire thing clamped to the table right now, and that's because after all the heavy welding on this, it's starting to potato chip up this way. And that's just what happens as the metal shrinks and there's so much more on top and nothing on the bottom that it's doing that a little bit. When I get casters on, that'll probably help a little bit because those are going to be welded underneath. But it was doing that a little bit, so I clamped it down. What I was going to do was use the pulse method to just put a nice little seam here. I don't think I'm going to do that now because it'll add more heat and I'm not sure it's adding a whole lot. It would just be pretty looking. But I think these are pretty solid and I think I can actually get the welder in there now. Not sure I'm going to tonight because I think I might go upstairs and make this video. I've been in Fort Collins working all week. So I'm not sure I'm going to get to it tonight, but I'll probably be back in the morning to do some more work on this and get it finished up and get the welder and the tank in it and get everything all together now. So I'm looking at this thing here and I'm thinking I want to put the cylinder goes right here. It's the part that has the air in it, the argon. And the nozzle off of that thing, this thing right here, this nozzle up here, if it breaks, that thing spins around and becomes a rocket ship. I forgot this wasn't attached. It spins around and becomes a rocket ship, and it can kill you. So you don't want this to fall over, which the center of gravity is right in the center of this thing, so it's not likely to fall over, but if it is, I like to have something coming off the top of it. And I realized if I put the gussets in here, which I'm about to do, I want to have a good place to grab this thing and pull it around because they kind of be in the way of my main handle over here. See, the gusset goes right here, and so it'd be in the way of my main handle here. So what I'm going to do, I think, is weld this into place, and then weld a piece like this, and then a little piece like this, and then I'll have this handle at the top, right here, and this will come out over this and hopefully keep that thing from breaking off. And then I can kind of grab it here and kind of grab it underneath and pull it around, and then I'll have a little spot to hook my helmet on, like this. And then maybe in the future I can weld a little cage that comes off of this and really comes down and protects the sides of this thing too. But I think that's what I'm going to do right now. Before I do that though, I want to put these gussets on here, and thanks some more. What's up, guys? I'm out here working out. It's been like a week since that first shot you saw. So I just got busy, and so now I'm back. I'm wearing my pajama shirt. Don't judge me. I'm also out here working out. As I was out here working out, I was looking at the cart, and I think I figured out how I'm going to get these casters on. At first, I was like going to try to mill them because I have a CNC mill coming. Subscribe, you'll see if you're new to the channel. So I was going to do it on the CNC mill, the mounts, but now I'm moving soon. I don't want to mess with doing all that. So I think I figured out how I want to get them on here. So I think what I'm going to do is mount them kind of directly onto the bottom here, which is not what I was initially going to do, but now I think this is how I'm going to do it. And so I think I just got to make sure I can get a bolt to overlap these here, and these are the fixed kind right here, so they don't swivel. And then I'm going to mount a piece, like a flat piece all the way across here, and that's so that these are a little bit higher, because these ones, my plan is to put like a small piece here and then like a piece in each corner with a hole in it. Maybe drill the holes after, I'm not sure. But that way these sit just a little bit lower and these will swivel. And the idea is that this area will be a little bit higher, and that side is actually already higher already, because as I welded this, it potato chipped it, like there's so much welded on the bottom side that it caused it to warp this way. So it's already that way a little bit, so I don't need a whole lot. But the reason for doing that is that, like, as you're carrying the, as you're pulling the thing, if it can like rock up that front wheel, the wheel you're pulling on, or if you're pushing and you pull it down and push it over, you can push it over stuff like, I don't know, extension cords and stuff like that if there's something in the way. So that's what I'm going to do with that. And right now, so this is the swivel casters. They're going to be on the front, and then these ones in the back are just going to go straight. It's kind of like a, have you ever gotten one of those big carts at Home Depot? The way those things kind of rock up and down, you'll notice that if you ever mess with those. They're pretty well balanced, those ones at Home Depot too, but it's pretty much like that. And then the center of gravity, I believe, was like right on this. So putting these right on that center of gravity, this thing should teeter like right in between those things really well. It'd be really cool if I got it to balance. So I'm going to bring these up to Ace Hardware and see if I can get some mounting hardware, because I think that's smart to have before you try to start welding it and putting it into place. And then we're almost done with the thing. I still have to figure out exactly how I'm going to mount the tank in there, because there's nothing really to like lock it in there. But after I get these on there, I can tie the tank on with a piece of rope, and I'll have this cart that can be used at least. I can put everything in there, and then I can figure out how I'm going to do that at a later time. So I got all these little pieces. Ooh. I got all these little pieces tabbed up, and I'm starting with the parts that have to be flush and aren't going to be welded right on top, because the parts that are welded right on top are obviously a lot easier. So I'm starting with the hard parts. So I'm going to get these parts clamped down and welded in.
It may be a little premature, but I went ahead and stuck that one on there and bolted it down with my Makita impact driver, which I fucking love this tool, by the way. It's so awesome. It's the first project I've had where I've really got to work on it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one on. I'm going to drill the holes out, which I'm also using the impact driver for. Hope you guys can see me. Can you see me? I'm going to put this one on, and then we're going to put these two on. But I have to cut the parts for that. Let's see here. We got two of the wheels on, guys. Hey, look at that. Alright, this is going to be so cool. Oh, this is lovely. This is already lovely with just two wheels on. Having all the wheels on is going to be so awesome. I'm so excited. My favorite part about building something new for my shop is putting the casters on it. I'm like Adam Savage in that I like everything to be on casters. I'm gonna put this table on casters too, locking casters. It may raise, may have like a part that raises up. That's what I'm gonna do for the lathe too. You heard me. My lathe is going on casters. Yeah, this cheap caster is like curved, and it's actually causing the aluminum to warp and bend up. But I think that's good, because I'd be worried if I was bolting this to a thick piece of steel, it may warp this caster and fuck it up. But I got all the casters on. Let's flip this thing around. Alright. Ignore all the clutter in my shop, and look at this awesome thing. Hell yeah. Look at that. Oh, that's perfect. So like you can turn it like that, push it around. It bumps like that, goes over the carpet, super easy. Look at that. That's fantastic. Oh, it's so cool. Oh, it's fucking perfect. That's so awesome. That's so awesome.
That's fucking cool. Let's put a rope on it so it doesn't fall out. Alright, I got it. So, I don't have it, I'm not fully putting it together yet. This is not the final reveal because tomorrow I'm gonna go, I don't have any Scotch-Brite, and what I want to do is like a finishing, is like give this like a matte finish with Scotch-Brite. It's a finish I'm considering using on the Iron Man suit I'm building. So I want to test it out here to start with, but man, I fucking love this. It's a lot heavier obviously with all the stuff in it, but it's still like, it's easy to push and pull around. Like, this is just lovely. Like now when I'm welding, all my stuff's over there, so I was running my welder all around in different spots. Now what I can do is I can just you know, set my torch here and just grab the entire thing and pull it around over here to where I want and need welding. And it's going over all those cords really nicely, really nice. Let's go with a big cord. Yeah, let's see if we can get over the big one. See if we can get out of the big 240 cord. Oh, now we should be able to go over. Yes, yes, yes. This thing's awesome. That's a success right there. I'm gonna come back. We're not completely finished because I'm gonna go in the morning. I'm gonna get that Scotch-Brite, and then I'm gonna show you like a sizzle reel of this thing finished. Alright, so I know I promised you guys a sizzle reel, and then you saw the end credits, and you're like, what? I thought he was showing us something else. And that's because I did this morning. I did what I said I was going to do. I went and got Scotch-Brite. See, it's right here. It's all dirty from aluminum. I need to clean it off because you can reuse it. And I scotched it up, and I'll show it to you really quick. It looks very pretty, right? Well, maybe you can't tell. Might not come up very good on camera, but it does definitely have like a frostier look to it. The problem is I realized something. I realized something not good. There's a problem with it. You see this right here? I put the caster there, there, and there, and there. And maybe some of you knew this was coming. But the problem is now there's a line from here to here that this thing can tip over. And it wants to tip like this. And then the same is true over here from this caster to that caster. It wants to tip. And that's really dangerous because I designed this thing to be really stable. Except for the casters, apparently. I just didn't think that through for some reason. I don't know why. But I'm worried about tipping because, like I said before, this thing becomes a rocket ship. This thing right here becomes a rocket ship if the nozzle gets broken off of the nozzle. The top part gets broken off of it, and it's really dangerous. And I designed this thing to be really balanced, and I put the center of gravity right in the middle of it, and I did all this stuff. But then I totally overlooked that caster thing, which is the part how it actually touches the ground. So that was a bad design. That was a bad design on my part. So I think what I'm going to do to fix it is it makes it more expensive, but I think I'm going to put a caster here, 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 and here. And so this is going to be the weirdest, I swear this is going to be the strangest looking welding cart anyone has ever made, ever. Because it is going to have 6 casters on it, and obviously you've seen the shape of it. It's just ridiculous. So this thing is still not done. Maybe this thing will never be done. Maybe I'll just keep working. It'd be one of those parts of my shop that I just keep working on. I mean, I'm still working on the tool cart, kind of. I'm still adding stuff to that. I want to add a paper towel holder to that because I really dislike where my paper towels are. There's my paper towels. I really dislike where they are right now. So I might change that, and there's probably some stuff I'm even going to add on the iron altar and stuff. So I'm still probably not done. I may use it as it is right now. It's just kind of dangerous right now. So when I buy, I'm going to buy a bunch of casters for everything in this shop. And because I'm gonna put everything on casters because I'm moving soon, and when I do that, I'll get 4 extra casters for the 6 casters. Is ridiculous. And they'll be a swivel type, and they'll go on the front too. So it'll be absurdly steady after that. It'll be so strong and so steady when I'm done with that. I think it looks like, yeah, this is my metal that I cut those casters out of. This looks like they should definitely be able to get 4 more casters out of that. So I still have that, and I can still get it done with the material I have. So. Tricked you. It wasn't, not 100% done, but we are very close, and it is a pretty cool build if I do say so myself. So, you guys are great. I love you.